There's Mr. Mandela, Mr. Nelson Mandela, a free man taking his first steps into a new South Africa.
During the course of our interviews, I would ask him, I'd say, Madiba, tell me what was different about the man who emerged from prison than the man who went in, and how did that happen?
His first public appearance in nearly 3 decades, 72 years old.
He said, I came out mature.
Walking strongly, step by step.
I met Nelson Mandela in December of 1992 when I went down to South Africa to work with him on what became his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom. When I first met him, I realized this was just an absolutely historic opportunity, and I begged him, could I just be with him every day, no matter what he did, and we would find time to talk. I spent about 1.5 years with him almost every day. It was an amazing experience to try to plumb what happened to him in his life in a way that would then make sense to a reader. And I think for him it was both therapeutic and actually enjoyable.
In prison there have been men, who are very good.
For years and years after having worked with him, people would always say to me, I can't believe he came out of prison and wasn't bitter or angry.
And they do everything to try and make you as happy as possible. And that has wiped out any bitterness which a man could have.
I'd always smile at that because I did discover that he was tremendously hurt and wounded and bitter about what happened to him. But he also realized to create this multiracial, free, democratic South Africa, it had to be a rainbow nation. It had to be black and white and brown.
We had walked a long and hard path to arrive here.
No one could feel like they had some special right of citizenship or they were excluded from that. And he taught himself to not show any of that bitterness or anger. He made incredible efforts, and I think they were strategic, to have, when he came out of prison, have meetings with his old guards, and he would go back and see the old apartheid leaders of South Africa. All of that to show that, as he would say so many times, the past is the past, or forget about the past. And what I knew from working with him and talking to him is that he couldn't forget about the past. He dwelt on the past.
And one wonders what must be passing through Mr. Mandela's mind at this moment.
He did feel that he had lost the best and richest part of his life, and he had. He was a person who I always thought that in a different society, in a free and democratic society, he might have been a small-town lawyer and had a big family and never have been that ambitious. The trigger for it was when he went to Johannesburg as a young man, when he was 17 or 18, having grown up and lived in a pretty much all-black area of South Africa, the Transkei, part of the Xhosa tribe. He had never really experienced prejudice or apartheid directly, and when he did, it changed his life and changed the destiny of South Africa.
So I would like to be remembered not as anybody unique or special, but as part of a great team in this country that has struggled for many years, for decades, and even centuries, to bring about this day.